Hi students, good morning. Stay home, be safe. Today I am going to discuss two topics in grammar. One is subject and predicate, second one is syllables. Before we go to class, you have a warm up activity. Do it, you will enjoy. Then let's go to the class. Students, this is the activity. Here you have to spot 5 differences between two pictures within 1.5 minutes. That means 1 minute and 30 seconds. அதாவது இந்த இரண்டு படங்களுக்கும் இடையில் உள்ள 5 வித்தியாசங்களை கண்டுபிடிங்க. உங்கள் நேரம் 90 வினாடிகள். Are you ready? Your time starts now. Did you spot the differences between two pictures? Now it's time for answers. I think you are eagerly waiting for the answers. The first one, the boy's hair. See, the boy's hair. Second one, trees. The third one, grass. Here there are 4 leaves. Here there are 3 only. Next, the fourth one, the boy's finger. Look at the 2 images. Look at the fingers. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. There 3 only. The last one, fifth one. Where is this? Did you know? Yes, the boy's specs. See, right side there is a color on the specs. Left side there is no color. So students, the first one, boy's hair. Second one, trees. Third one, grass. Fourth one, finger. Fifth one, the boy's specs. Students, I hope you enjoyed this activity. Now let's go to the class. Students, today we are going to see subject and predicate. A sentence has 2 parts. A sentence has 2 parts. Students, tell with me. A sentence has 2 parts. How many parts are there in a sentence? How many parts are there in a sentence? A sentence has 2 parts. One is subject, another one is predicate. First, what is a sentence? A group of words. A group of words which helps to make or to complete sense is called a sentence. A group of words, listen, a group of words which helps to complete sense is called a sentence. So, a sentence has 2 parts. One is subject, another one is predicate. What is subject? The naming part of a sentence. The naming part of a sentence is the subject. It tells who or what the sentence is about. The naming part of a sentence is the subject. It tells who or what the sentence is about. Students, that means what is a subject? When we talk about the person, when we talk about the person or thing, it is called a subject. When we talk about the person or thing, it is called a subject. See example. The rabbit ate the carrot. The rabbit ate the carrot. Here, whom we are talking about? Here, whom we are talking about? The rabbit. The rabbit. So, it is a subject. So, whom we are talking about? It is a subject. Next, predicate. The telling part of a sentence is the predicate. The telling part of a sentence is the predicate. It tells what happened. What we are talking about the subject. What we are talking about the subject, it is called as predicate. Look at the example. The rabbit ate the carrot. Here, what we are talking about the subject. The subject, the rabbit, what it is doing? It ate the carrot. It ate the carrot. So that is predicate. Students, what is a subject? Whom we are talking about? Whom we are talking about in a sentence, it is a subject. What is a predicate? What we are talking about the subject. That means subject, that action done by the subject. The predicate tells us something about the subject. The subject tells us about the person or thing. Do you understand? The subject tells us about the person. That means when we talk about the person or thing, it is called as subject. Student, the important thing, usually predicate starts with verb. Usually predicate. So how to find predicate easily means it usually starts with verb, either main verb or auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means the helping verbs, am, is, or was, were, modal auxiliaries. So usually predicate starts with verb, either main verb or auxiliary verb. Next, subject. All the time subject comes beginning of the sentence. Look at the sentence. So all the time subject comes beginning of the sentence. That means the rabbit. Usually predicate starts with verb, either main verb or auxiliary verb. See here, ate is the verb. So this is predicate. So students, what we are talking about the person or thing, whom we are talking about in the sentence, subject. What we are talking about the subject. So what we are talking about the subject is called predicate. Simply, the predicate tells us something about the subject. The subject tells about the person or thing. யாரை அல்லது எதை பற்றி பேசுகிறோமோ அது சப்ஜெக்ட். அவங்க அல்லது அது என்ன செய்தது, இல்லை அவங்க என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, அதை பற்றி பேசுகிறது ப்ரெடிகேட். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், ஐ ஹோப் you have understood subject and predicate. Even though, let me explain with some examples. Students, I explain you with some examples. Look at the first one. Timmy plays soccer. Timmy plays soccer. This is a sentence. A sentence has two parts. I have told you. One is subject, another one is predicate. Here which is subject, which is predicate. We are going to find. Look at the first sentence. Timmy plays soccer. So whom we are talking about in this sentence? Timmy. So Timmy subject, plays soccer predicate. So what the subject is doing? Plays soccer. So it is called predicate. Second sentence. My sister eats burgers and fries. So second sentence. Whom we are talking about? My sister. What she is doing? Eats burgers and fries. So my sister is subject, eats burgers and fries is predicate. So usually predicate starts with verb. All the time subject comes beginning of the sentence. Look at the third sentence. Susan's brother sleeps all night long. Susan's brother sleeps all night long. Here whom we are talking about? Not Susan. Susan's brother. So Susan's brother subject. What he is doing? Sleeps all night long. That is predicate. Students, here look at the ninth sentence. The cheetah runs fast. I have told you all the time subject comes beginning of the sentence. So beginning of the sentence means here the, but the is not a subject. So if you underline the is a subject, is wrong. We should underline or we should circle the cheetah, because here whom we are talking about, not the cheetah. So the cheetah is a subject and runs so fast. What is doing? It runs so fast. That is predicate. Like that, the swim sentence has two parts. The fish subject, swim in the ocean predicate. Robert and Trace danced together. Here beginning of the sentence means not Robert. Here whom we are talking about? Robert and Trace. So both are subject, danced together predicate. Students, this is what you have to divide subject and predicate. A sentence has two parts. Listen, a sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Whom we are talking about in the sentence? This is subject. What the subject is doing? That is predicate. I hope you have understood. Next, we will see syllables. Students, now we are going to see syllables. What is syllable? Words can be divided into syllables. Words can be divided into syllables. A syllable is the sound of the vowel that is created when pronouncing a word. That means, students, all words have syllables. A word might have one, two, or even more syllables. For example, red is the word. It has one syllable, red. Syllables are important. Students, listen. Syllables are important because students can read words more accurately and fluently. Understanding syllables can also help students learn to spell words correctly. Syllable is just a group of sounds, or we can say syllable is a beat, different sounds. So syllable is a group of words. Look at the table. Read these words and tap your desk with a pencil for each syllable. Now we are not in the school, so we didn't have desk, we are not sitting on the desk. So instead of that, we can clap. we can clap. For example, look at the word visiting. It is a word. It has three syllables because it has three different beat. It has three different sounds. For example, we see ting, three. So instead of tap your desk with a pencil, we can clap three times. We see ting, visiting students. Now you can clap with me. We see ting. So why we are clapping means it's a beat. It's a different sounds of a word. We see ting syllable 3, you have to clap 3 times. Next word remembering. Remembering. It has 4 syllables. So you have to clap 4 times. Are you ready? Remembering. Remembering. So you have to clap 4 times. Remembering. Once again. Remembering. So it has 4 syllables. So like this, I will explain you with more examples. Before that, we can see syllabication rules. Rule 1. Every syllable has one vowel sound. Every syllable has one vowel sound. Rule 2. The number of vowel sounds in a word equals the number of syllables. The number of vowel sounds in a word equals the number of syllables. Students, here you have to understand one thing, that the number of vowel sounds, not the number of vowel letters. It's very important. Example, you can see here home. Here there are 2 vowel letter O, E, but E is a silent. So that means O is a only one letter. So we can say one vowel sound. So home is a one syllable word. See next word subject. Subject. In the 2 syllable there are 2 vowel sounds U and E. Like that publishing. So the number of vowel sounds in a word equals the number of syllables. Students, the alphabetical letter A to Z. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U are vowels letter. Remaining letters are consonant. So you should know in syllabication which is vowel, which is consonant. The number of vowel sounds in a word equals the number of syllables. Rule 3. A one syllable word is never divided. So one syllable word we cannot divide it. We cannot divide, that word cannot be divided. Example, stop. It's a one syllable word, we cannot divide. Like that, feed, bell. Now I will explain you with some syllabication words, syllable words. Students, all words have syllables. A word might have 1, 2 or even more syllables. So here we can see with some examples. So according to the syllabus, we can clap. Look at the first word, red. I already have told you, the word according to the vowel sound, we can divide the syllabus. Syllable. So look at the first word, red. See, when we say this word, we feel only one sound, red. So it monosyllable, you have to clap one time. You can clap now. Red. One syllable. It has another name, we can say monosyllable. Like that, jump. Jump. It also has monosyllabic word. Look at the third one, undo. See, undo. So 2 syllables. Undo. So we have to clap 2 times. Undo. Look at the fourth word, candle. So candle. This is also two syllabic word. We have to clap two times. Candle. You have to clap with me. So fifth word, potato. Potato. So it has three syllables. We have to clap three times. Potato. Sixth one, independent. It has four syllables. Independent. Independent. So are you ready? We have to clap four times. Independent. Independent. The last word, misunderstand. Misunderstand. So misunderstand. It also has four syllable word. So we have to clap four times. Misunderstand. Students, this is what we have to understand syllables. So if you can read, if you understand the syllables, you can read words more accurately and fluently. So you can understand syllables, which helps you to learn to spell words correctly. So now it's time for homework. Students, I will give homeworks for syllables and subject and predicate. You can do and take a snap and send it to me. So now it's time for homework. It's time for homework. I give two homeworks. One is for subject predicate, another one is for syllables. I consider these two homeworks respectively Math 1, Math 2. Do it and send me through Teachment app. I give marks for that. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Look at the image. This is the first homework. Circle the subject and underline the predicate in these sentences. Students, you write questions in the rough note and you can do it sincerely. Circle the subject, underline the predicate. Then I consider this is as Math 1. Next homework. This one, second homework for you. I consider this one as Math 2. So these 8 words you have to divide into syllables. These 8 words you can divide into syllables, like above one, visiting, remembering, like that. You have to divide words into syllables. For that you have marks. I consider this one as Math 2. So write in the rough note. For example, generous. Generous. You have to divide and write. So like that, complete remaining 7. If you have doubt, you can contact me. So students, these are homeworks. Math 1, Math 2. Do it sincerely. Next, we can see questions and answers for A Daughter's Love. Now we will discuss question and answers of A Daughter's Love. We consider this session as reading practice. So students, daily you spend an hour for reading. Then only your reading skill will be developed. So now we discuss questions and answers, as well as we can read. The first question: why did King Lear decide to divide his kingdom among his 3 daughters? So King Lear had ruled over his kingdom for many years, but he was becoming old. So he felt it was time to pass on his kingdom to his daughters. Students, He was growing old. Answer. He was growing old, and so he felt that it was time to pass on his kingdom to his daughters. King was becoming old, so he felt that it was time to pass on his kingdom to his daughters. So once again I read. You can also read along with me. Why did King Lear decide to divide his kingdom among his three daughters? He was growing old. Say, he was growing old, and so he felt that it was time to pass on his kingdom. Kingdom, see syllables. Here two syllables. Kingdom to his daughters. Second one, students, in the Teachment app, I will share the PDF classwork in the study material of Teachment app. You can view classworks and you can read, you can practice. I will upload the classwork of our daughter's love in the Teachment app. In the Teachment app, where means in the study material part. There you can download and you can read. You can practice for reading. How did the two older daughters like to Lear? How did the two older daughters like to Lear? Can you say three daughters' name? Yes. Goneril, Regan and Cordelia. First two older daughters lie to Lear. How? The eldest one said that means Goneril, said that he was dearer to her than her eyesight or even her life, and that no child had ever loved her father more than she loved him. So the eldest daughter, her name was Goneril. She said that he was dearer. Here he means the king. King was dearer to her than her eyesight, Eoyesight, eyesight, or even her life, and that no child had ever loved her father more than she loved him. That means no one loved father like her father. The second daughter said that she was happiest whenever she was able to serve him. Whenever she was able to help her father, she was the happiest person in the world. So like that, two daughters lied to their father, King Lear. Third one. What reply did Cordelia give to her father's question? Her father asked how much you loved me. For that question, Cordelia gave to her father's answer what? She told him that he was her father and cared for her, fed her and loved her. Fed her means gave food, loved her. Therefore, she obeyed him, loved him and honored him as he should, neither more nor less. Neither more nor less. So neither more nor less. I obey you. That means Cordelia, I obey you, I loved you, I honored you as I should. Neither more nor less. That means I like your father, she said. She only said true. But two daughters lied to their father. Once again I read. Answer. She told him that he was her father and cared for her, fed her and loved her. Therefore, she obeyed him, loved him and honored him as she should. She means here Cordelia. Neither more nor less. Students, now you can read along with me. What reply did Cordelia give to her father's question? She told him that he was her father and cared for her, fed her, and loved her. Therefore, she obeyed him, loved him, and honored him as he should, neither more nor less. So, last question. How did Cordelia meet Lear in the end? So, where did she meet means she met in the jail. How did Cordelia meet Lear in the end? She decided to attack England. Answer. She decided to attack England and rescue her father. However, the French army was defeated. However means even though she decided to attack England and rescue her father, but the French army was defeated. So she was the queen of French. She was defeated by England and she was imprisoned. That means she was put in the jail. There, Cordelia met her father, King Lear. So now you can read along with me. How did Cordelia meet Lear in the end? She decided to attack England and rescue her father. However, the French army was defeated and she was imprisoned. It was in prison that Cordelia met her father. Students, this PDF you can download from the Teachment app. In the Teachment app, you can see in study materials. There you can download this PDF for question and answers. Then you can practice. So you have to practice. Daily you have to spend half an hour or 1 hour for reading purpose. So students, in today's class we have discussed subject and predicate, syllables and questions and answers. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. I have given homeworks too. I consider as Mat 1, Mat 2. Do it and send me. For that you have marks. I hope you have understood subject and predicate and syllables. Keep practicing. And also you have enjoyed today's class. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. See you in today's evening live class. Thank you. Once again, thank you.